Hello everyone, McSTALLION YT here, and guess what? It's that time again. Time for a new map. Today we are going to have a look at Crossroads, which is available on the mod hub for Farming Simulator 17. Let's jump in. Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new series. Today we're starting a brand new map as well. It's called Crossroads and it's only just been recently uploaded to the mods on Farming Simulator on the mod hub. So I'm just saying goodbye to the missus and ooh, nice jacuzzi, nice and clean. So I have played this on this map a little bit. I basically just bought a few things that we needed. I thought I'd upgrade some of the smaller stuff as the fields on this map are pretty nice. So that's why we're playing it, because it's going to give us an opportunity to show you Courseplay. And hopefully Courseplay that works a bit better than normal. So, a couple of things that I bought, which you'll see in a second. We're just heading down to the shop, because I've gone ahead and flown in, well, I wouldn't say flown in, but rapidly transported in two of the Claas Lexion 795s. Now the reason that I've got two of these is because the field sizes are fairly big and these are nice machines and I really like them. So we've kind of got these on a bit of a different kind of what should we say, a different kind of contract. We're not leasing them. We have basically been asked by Claas if we could basically review them, you know, use them for an extended period of time and then report back with, you know, like an audit on the actual combine harvester itself. So that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to get ourselves familiar with these amazing machines, and then once that's all done we shall report back to Claas. Excuse me. We will report back to Claas and we will let them know what we think. So we'll just take these back round to the farm, and when we get back up to the farm, this episode is basically just going to be more of a look around and, you know, kind of setting things up to start with. So we want to turn left here. Now, like I said, I've not really driven around much on this map. I basically just got myself running at full speed and then, you know, I kind of just sped up the speed that you can run and stuff. That is done within the mod. I'll show you here the walking speed and stuff like that. You can turn heads up displays off, you can put creative money, which gives you a lot of money. You can put muscle modes on, which allows you to pick up pallets, which is quite good. So, you know, if we didn't have a telehandler and we felt strong one day, you know, world's strongest man, then we could use that. And then obviously your show help. So we'll leave that just as it is. And I want to come back into this combine here, because I want to get it behind that one with a follow me. I mean, I really do like the look of this map. One thing I do like very much about this map is the size of the fields and the fact that they don't have any fences going around them. You know, any kind of little fences that go around it. There is none, which is fantastic. So now that he's following us, we'll put them on. So now you can see ours are flashing and there's me pointing to the screen. You can't see that. Our beacons are flashing and so are theirs. And if we put our hazard lights on, alright, it's not going to work because I've got that open. Do that and they're on as well, and I don't know why the ones are not on behind us, but anyway, that doesn't matter. So we'll make our way back to the farm slowly. Now these really are some nice machines. I mean, look how cool they look. They look so futuristic. Now, I personally don't know, and I suppose I should have had a look at this before I started, but I really don't know if, you know, Claas Lexion did a Monsters edition, you know, like this, and or if it's just a case of, yes, they did the green and black styling like this, but they didn't have the monster sticker on. I have no idea. So if anybody does know, they can let me know in the comment section below. So we'll just basically, we're just going to put these just in here for the time being until we find somewhere more permanent for them to live. And then we are going to jump into a tractor which I've set up with Courseplay, and we are going to fertilize a couple of the fields that we own. What? Can you do that? I don't want the lights on. Okay, so that stopped there, so we'll just come in here now. So his lights and everything have been left on. Okay, so we'll jump out there and I've got to get my bearings. We are down here, so we'll increase the running speed. So I'm guessing that's like your cows, as you can tell by the little cow head icon. And then you've got your sheep and that over here. You've got your main silos. That's the fill side, so you fill up from that side. And then this is the side where you drop all your grain and things off from the field. And then over here, which I like a lot, is you've got 3 bunkers, silage bunkers. And then around here you've got a big shed, like a massive big shed that we will probably put the combine harvesters in. And then that's a canola field, which I don't think we own. And then over here we've got the Claas Lexion, not the Lexion, I am stupid, I can't even read. It's the Claas Axion 950 with the dualies. And then this is the Kulamon Chaser Bin. It's the 36T version. Now, we'll just have a quick look in here, because I want to see. So we've got the 36T, we've got the tracked version, and that's 45,400 litres, so that's pretty big. It's not as big as the, I think it's a mod, that one. It's not as big as, is it? No, it's bigger than that. So yeah, I think that's 43. So it is 43. Yeah, so it's the biggest chaser bin that we can get in the game so far. You know, legitimate downloads through the mod hub. And then over here we've got a Mahusiv. And I say, well, it's fairly big, but if you look at the rest of the fields on this map, you know, you've got some decent sized fields. And number 12, that one, which we're going to set up to start spraying using Courseplay, is a fairly decent size. We also own, in that direction, field 15 and field 16, as well as, where are we now? Let's see, can we see it from here? Can we see it? That field there, just following my icon, that field there, that's field 17. We own that too. And I thought it'd be a nice field because, if I'm not mistaken, we've got some corn or maize. So that'd be a nice harvest, because I've downloaded something today which I think we will keep for another episode, especially when that is already and done. It's a mod that was available on FS15. Wasn't the best. Do you know what? I'm going to turn that sound volume down a little bit on the tractors. It is a bit loud. There you go, we'll do that. And I'll just save it. There you go. Back. That's a bit better. So, right. I will just go to the beginning here. Basically, what I've done is I've gone and got us the tractor with a weight, and I filled the sprayer up. Or the fertilizer sprayer, whatever you want to call it. And we'll raise it up a little bit. About there should do, maybe a bit higher. There you go, we'll put it up to about there. Right, back to Courseplay. So, as you can see, field 12 is what we're on. Now, along here you've got your buttons that you can obviously choose your different ones. We want to be in this one here, the fertilize and seeding. Then what you want to do is you go to the zigzag lines, and I've obviously put all this in already, but you would scroll or click until you got to field 12. The width of the implement that you're using goes there. If you don't know the width, you can click that icon there, the little calculator, and it will automatically detect the width of the working implement. Sometimes it does not detect the width of it perfectly. You know, sometimes it's a little bit wider. So if that is the case, what I tend to do is I just knock it down to the nearest whole number. So if it was like 15.2, I'd knock it down to 15.0. If it was 15.8, I'd put it up to 16. It's just generally how I do it, but I tend to stick to going down to the, you know, if it was, like I said, 15.8, there's a good chance I might just drop it down to 15 just to give ourselves a little bit of an overlap. It's always good to know. Now obviously Courseplay won't, you know, if you do headlands and things like that, it's going to skip parts out of the corners of the field. Now this map is also a bit of a test for Courseplay. Now this series, I might as well just say now, is where I'm going to try and use Courseplay to do just about everything we can. That way you guys will learn as I play, and it is kind of like a little tutorial as we go. Now I know a lot of people are going to go, oh but come on McSTALLION, you always seem to do tutorials and they get boring, and you know, but that's not the point. The point is I'm trying to teach you guys as good as, well not as good, but as best as I know, to the best of my knowledge. And you know, obviously this is just from watching other YouTubers play the game and picking it up off their videos, or just commonly just logging into Farming Simulator and playing a game, and you know, Bob's your uncle having a bash on Courseplay. So enough of that. Now I've gone ahead and I've saved this course already by clicking there, and I've just typed in F12 spray. To be quite honest, I'm going to rename it Field 12 15 meter spray. That way it gives me an idea of the width as well. So I know that if I've got another tractor or another sprayer that's 15 meters, or even if I've got a seeder or a cultivator that's 15 meters wide, I can use the same course. But we'll obviously get to that later on. Once you've typed it in, press enter, and it'll tell you the name of the course down there. Now what I'm going to do is, because I've done that one earlier, I'm going to delete that. Right, so I've got that there. Now we obviously want him, when you first do it, it's going to come up to nearest waypoint. We don't want him to go to the nearest one, we want him to go to the first one, which is there. Now if we go back to there, the starting corner is here. So I always go north, east, south, west. So we're in the lower corners, so that's south for the bottom of the field, and then the westerly corner, or the westerly side. So that kind of gives Courseplay an idea of where you're talking about, and we want to head in that direction. So that's north, according to Courseplay. But well, that's what they will use, that's what they will give it. We don't need it to come back to this point because it's just going to finish on that end, and we can just drive it back if it gets there. Return to first point means once he's finished it all, he will return to this point. Now, I will just do that just for the purpose of this, and you should actually do that before you generate it, but no, never mind, it'll do it itself. Now if you click here, it will show you the actual course that Courseplay has generated to finish this field, or to cover the entire field. So we'll just get rid of that, and we'll go back to the Courseplay control tab, and we will say drive now. Now something to bear in mind with Courseplay is if you've got it, if you've got your implement unfolded or open or whatever, Courseplay will close it, and then it'll drive forward a couple of feet and probably unfold it again. Let's have a look and see. There, so he's found the first waypoint, which is always a good thing, and now he's going to unfold his sprayer, and then he'll be on his way. So have I got that high enough? I think I do. We'll leave it. It's not going to do any damage, is it? So is that actually... Is that doing anything, or am I wasting my time? Let's have a look. I really don't know if I should be doing something like this. I have absolutely no idea. Cool, so we're fertilizing it. Awesome. So we'll go back. And we'll just leave him be. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm just going to jump out of him and go to the side, and there he goes, spraying away. Now this truck and trailer, I don't know what it is. Okay, so it's the Lizard SX 210 Twin Star. Now these are some of this truck you start out with on the map, as well as the Fleagle trailer. You start out with these two. The combine harvester that you start out with is that one there, so it's not right big, and the header wasn't too big neither, so that's why I went for the Lexion Monster. Now obviously there are the Fent ones as well, but they're not as big. I mean, that's 13,500 and that's 14,500, so it's an extra 1,000 litres in the CR1090, but I quite like the Claas Lexion. Yeah. And then if we go back, the header that we had was that one, I think. Yeah. No? Yeah, I think so. Well, one of those two. I think it might have been that one, actually. But I got rid of them. And then I also obviously bought a chaser bin. What else did we get? Nothing else, I don't think. Oh, obviously 2 header trailers for the headers themselves, but that's about it really. So I don't know why I got into that. So over here, this is something I like a lot. Now, I don't know if you are like me, and sometimes when you're driving around a map and you do spot something to start with and you go, oh, I wonder what that is. You walk over to it and you go, okay, so that's where you get water from. But then the next time comes when you need to find the water supply and you run around the farm like a headless chicken and you cannot find it. You're like, where did I see it? And you know that you've seen it, but you just can't figure out where. Well, this is why I like this. It's an entire pond modelled out for our water. And then you drive into the square and it'll fill the trailer, fill the water bowser up. And it's a Joshkin, which is a nice little trailer. How's he doing? So he's still got... Alright, we'll just ignore that for now, because I want him to finish that field and I don't want to like run out of fertilizer. Now, this is where the cows go. I wonder if this is actually a proper usable... It is as well. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we can put, as far as I'm aware, we can actually, you know, you can put your hay and thing in. Hay, and I think you can put grass in there. I'm not too sure. Over here you've got the pigs. Now some of these parts of the maps I've not actually seen myself either, so it's nice having a quick look around. I mean, I've been going for nearly 20 minutes now, but we'll keep going for now. Now the biogas plant is down... Where was it? Yes, it was down in the right hand corner. Sorry. You know, the southeast corner, that big block. Actually, I'll show you like this. That area there, if I'm not mistaken, that's the BGA. Now I don't know if the mod author is going to, you know, include icons so that we can just click on them and, you know, get to them fairly quickly, but he has put in, you know, like the more important ones that you need, like the shop, fill stations, chickens, sheep, you know, cows, pigs, and then the animal dealer. So here, like I said, you've got your BGA. Now the cool thing about the BGA is the hopper that you would put your silage into, that is actually sunk into the ground, and you can drive over the top of it and just kind of empty your trailer into it. So that makes it a lot easier. So you don't need a tractor with, a tractor or a telehandler or a wheel loader with a big bucket on it to keep scooping it in with Courseplay or some other way. This, you can actually just kind of have a conveyor belt going in from the bunker into the truck trailer, and the truck can just drive over the top of it and dump it in. Makes things a lot easier, believe me. So we'll just head back down to this field down here where our labourer is currently fertilizing. So I just want to jump into the tractor and we'll have a look and see how things are going. Right, so if you bring up Courseplay, you can click that. You can actually see where on the course he is as well. The other nice thing is it actually gives you, down the bottom here, it tells you how long the worker has left. Now obviously what I'm going to do, guys, is all these tasks and things, I'm going to leave them to run in real time. So when I finish the episode, I'm going to stop the driver, and then when we start tomorrow's episode, we'll start him back up again. Now what I might do in the next episode as well is I might go ahead and contact New Holland and see if we can get hold of one of their one of these things. Let's have a quick look. One of those big sprayers, those self-propelled sprayers. This one here, the SP400F. Now I'm going to get in touch with New Holland because I quite like the idea of trying to contact these people, and say, look, we're a farm, we've got some money behind us. Obviously the account that's there is not the true reflection. They don't know that we've only got 25,000 in bank. But if they can send us over one of the things that we're looking at, that would be great, for like a little test drive or something like that, and or even like we do with the Claas combine harvesters where we've got to review them. That just makes it all a little bit more interesting, because that way we also get to drive all the fancy things without bankrupting ourselves or cheating as such. So I think what we'll do is we'll just we'll head over to do you know what, we'll actually jump out and I will take you down to the BGA, and what we will do is we shall, which direction, I think it's that way. We're going to pump up the speed to that, and we're going to hold down shift, and 1, 2, 3, we're off. And like I said, you can pretty much just run at full speed. So like I said, I'll just slow us down a little bit, put it on 3. So here you've got your BGA, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bunkers. Around here you've got some bits and bobs for your liquid manure. Around here you've obviously got the front or the back of your things. Now this is the hopper thing that I was on about, the Silo King. Basically normally that's sat up above the ground about this high, and you struggle like mad to get your bucket above it to tip in, and it all becomes a nightmare and things doesn't work properly, and you start whinging and moaning and you end up stopping playing the game. So what this mod author has decided to do is sink it into the ground, which is fantastic because it means you can just drive in. Once you've loaded your trailer there, you can just drive over here and tip it in. These are obviously your BGA silo things. Well, not silos, but that's the what makes the energy from the silage that's being put inside it. I forget what you call them properly now. I'll have to get back to you on that one. I do know what they're called, it's just I can't remember. I've just kind of put myself on the spot there. So yeah, that's the BGA. Anaerobic digesters, that's it. I think it's anaerobic. I might be wrong on that one, but I know it's something digesters. Anaerobic digesters, possibly. So is this ours or no? I think that's just for sure. And then you can tip point there, and we'll have another quick run up this way. Watch out for the cars. Superman, Superman. We're like the Flash. We've got our sawmill here, which I don't really do much of, as anybody that does follow this channel knows that I very rarely head into forestry, as I hate it. It's one of the only things about this game that I really do not like. I don't know why Giants didn't just kind of think to themselves and go, do you know what, we could actually just have another simulator out, you know, like Lumberjack Simulator or Lumber King Simulator or something along those kind of lines, you know, where all you do is you own like a lumberjack or a tree felling company, and you go out and you supply all these trees to certain places on these maps and things. I think that would be more interesting than putting it into Farming Simulator, because let's be honest, how many farmers actually go out and cut trees down? I mean, yes, I know that you've got the trees and things inside the farm and stuff like that, but what I mean is, what farmer goes out and cuts down a forest and replants it? Unless it's, you know, like poplars or something else like that. Now, I am aware that there are certain countries, you know, like Netherlands and those places, if farmers do cut trees down in fields, you know, if they've got purposely planted forests, what they will do once they've cut those trees down is, hence, they replant them. And the cycle carries on like that. But in this game, if you go into the forest, once you've cut down that forest, you know, I think that's it. There's no more fun to that than picking the logs up with a grab that can hardly lift, you know, a small bag of sugar off the ground before the thing falls through. You know, it's just something that I just get raged at, and no, it's not my cup of tea, guys. So unfortunately, if you've come to this channel hoping that I will do logging at some point, then I'm sorry, but that won't happen. The only time I will involve myself in logging, and this is the only time, is if this channel can hit 1,000 subscribers. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will do 2 full episodes, so that will be nearly an hour of me going out into a forest with all this terrible equipment that you do get, and I will go and do some forestry. How much forestry I will do in that 2 hours, I have no idea, but I will try my utmost best to make it a decent hour to an hour and a half's worth of me doing some forestry work. And I can guarantee you guys that it will be a laugh for you, because I'm going to be getting stressed out to hell with all the logs and everything. So I think for you guys, it's going to be something quite comical. But that's for another day, guys. That's for, obviously, like I say, if we can hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel, which, you know, I really want to do. It's why I'm trying my best to bring you guys content on a regular basis, you know, five days a week, Monday through Friday. Every week I'm hoping to bring you guys something, whether it's Farming Simulator single player on this map or a new map. Well, not a new map, this is the new map, but another map, you know, like Blickling Farm. That's the other Let's Play series that I have, and I will leave a link in the description below to link you guys to that playlist. There's spin tires. I play some spin tires as well, and that's a new addition to the channel. I have about 3 episodes up at the moment of that, where it's what we're basically trying to do is we're trying to defeat the object of 4x4 course. Defeat the course that's set out for you with your 4x4 without rolling over. If we roll over and manage to roll back onto our wheels, then it's game on, we'll carry on. But if we roll onto our side and we cannot get ourselves free, then that's where we call it a day. We do have a winch available, but the winch is only for situations where we're kind of stuck up a hill, you know, a very steep hill, or there's some rock sections that we need to get over and we can't clamber over it, then we can use the winch to get ourselves over that. We are not allowed to use the winch to just, you know, like pull ourselves back onto our wheels, because for me, I'd like to bring you basically a different car for each episode, just to kind of give you guys a bit of variety as to what is available. You can get it via the Steam Workshop. That's where you can get it. So I think for now, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. This is McSTALLION YT. You have been watching Crossroads, a new map on the Farming Simulator Mud Hub, and hopefully this is a map that we can enjoy. And like I said, it's going to be a map dedicated to my Courseplay tutorials. Well, not necessarily tutorials, but it's going to be dedicated to using Courseplay for a majority of the work that needs to be done. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time here on the Crossroads. Bye bye for now.